we got a special interview for y'all today, man. We got Miss Khat Patrong in the building. Listen, man, she has very good insight, very inspirational. Listen to her story, man. Rhythm and vibe. Let's go.
Anyways, thank you for joining us. Thank you for you know coming on the Rhythm and Vibe podcast. We definitely appreciate you. And honestly, we look out to people that are in the industry that are trying to be in the industry, people that have like made moves to do their thing or whatever. And we want to hear from you people that have progress or have time in, and maybe you can inspire some other people.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, right.
You for me.
So let me give you a proper introduction, man. Everyone, I'm going to present one of the most inspirational writers, filmmakers, right? Because you make films, don't you?
Yes, I do.
There you go. In the last 20 years, I personally love her photography, and I believe this person is an Oscar nominee in the future for best documentaries. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to I don't want to butcher your name at all. It's Khat
Yeah, Kat.
Patrong, right?
Yes, you got it.
Okay, perfect. Khat Patrong, man. Definitely give it up for her, man. Link her on all social media. She's like really, really inspiring. Thank you for
Th-
being here.
Thank you for having me, Jay. I really appreciate it.
Definitely, definitely. So how have you been? How was your holidays?
My holidays were good. Just kind of working through it and making sure I take care of others. I think
Mhm.
that's what the holidays are really about is like you spending time with family. And if you're a healthcare worker, you kind of just make sure the people around you are good. And
Yeah.
with that, you kind of feel good yourself. So, yeah.
That takes a lot to be a healthcare worker. It definitely takes a different demeanor. I don't know if I could do it, but I like my sister-in-law, she's like a nurse and
Mhm.
she has that type of demeanor. And I've met a lot of people, I'm like only 19 years old, but in my 19 years of living, that have been like terrible, terrible people in that profession. How do you describe, obviously you're a healthcare worker, right?
Yeah, I am a home health aide.
All right.
So, yeah.
So what would you do? Like, how would you describe the personnel that you need to have to be in that like profession?
You have to be very selfless,
Mm,
and I would say you have to have like the mindset of a soldier, you know, like you're out in the field, you're looking out for other people, and
okay.
I always grew up with this sense of like respect your elders.
Okay.
It's there's a certain respect you gotta have when taking care of your elders and knowing that like they know way more than you
Yeah.
and they are in a vulnerable position, so you just have to be super compassionate as well.
Yeah. So I'm from the South, and my family we grew up in the South type of culture, uh, and I grew up like that too. Like I always thought that you should treat people not how you treat yourselves or how you treat your parents, but how you treat somebody. You will treat you like your grandmother, your grandfather, or your grand aunt. So I've always had that. If they're older than me or if they're a little bit of age, up in age, well anybody, period. Yeah, honestly. But I always treat them with that respect. Um, is
Right.
that what you say?
That's it, right? That's right.
Are you from the South? Are you from like where you from?
I'm from up north, like Canada. I was born in Canada.
Seriously.
Yeah, Toronto, Ontario, and I've lived there for like 10 years. And
Mm.
then I moved to Washington, D.C., and I stayed there for like 15 to 16 years before I
Wow.
moved to Florida. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a very diverse life. How
Yeah.
was how was life in Canada?
It was good. It was like a blend of people.
Mm.
I remember being like the only black student in at one point to then being like in a mixed environment. So
Mm.
I got a taste of everything and it just really taught me that people are different. We're all different, but we can still connect wherever we're at, basically.
That makes a lot of sense. I in my travels, we settled in Michigan for a long time, and me and my brother were the only black kids in the whole school. and everybody loved him. They didn't really love me like that, but everybody loved him. So it showed me that we all are kind of the same. We can have, not the same story, but at least we could share the same kind of history. I guess I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm sure they liked you too in your own way, right?
No, no,
No?
definitely not. I was always the bad kid.
Oh, okay.
So how did you start on your path to filmmaking and writing and all the entertainment stuff? How'd you do that?
Um, well, it actually started in Canada when I was super young. I wanted to be in the movies, and I told my mom, like, I want to be in the movies. I didn't know what capacity, I didn't know how, but I just wanted to be in the movies. And, like, back then, they had, like, advertisements on the radio where you'd hear, like, hey, kids, do you want to be on Disney Channel? And call in and, like, audition. So I was like, we gotta do that, we gotta do that. And I passed the first audition, but like then
Okay.
there's a paywall, right? And my mom didn't have the money to like further that training. But then I just started writing stories, and then I would like act in like a play at school, and then
Okay.
in middle school I wrote a Thanksgiving play, and we just did that on the stage, and that was cool. And so I've just been writing, and then I went to Duke Ellington, which is in DC, for writing,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
and then they like nurtured me and grew me as a writer, and I just kept doing the more behind the scenes stuff instead of like in front of the camera type of stuff. And then from there I just went to Full Sail, and yeah. So
So you did the behind the scenes, the writing, and so you basically you know every aspect of writing and cinematography for the most part.
cinematography I'm still learning, and I would say I trust other people with the camera. Like I can work with the camera,
Yeah.
but I'd rather like have someone
Direct.
with me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's crazy because me and you actually had kind of a similar story where, right, then finally somebody sees your potential and lets you delegate the plays. I used to write plays for my church and my school, right, way back in the day, but that was like a very dope experience for me. Like, so are you still doing that? Are you doing like local plays in your hometown or where right now or
Um, I I haven't really written a full play since high school,
okay.
and I'm in development of a play, but local stuff, no, I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your process? Are you a person that takes your time to do your research, or are you like something pops into your mind and you just start writing? What's your process when you write plays or movies or everything?
My process is first just living. I feel like
Hmm.
you just gotta live and be in your experience. And then I noticed like this last season I've been in, I had to really process and sit with like what I went through.
Hmm.
And then from there, I'll pull out like nuggets or characters or instances that I want to expand on. And then from there, it kind of like unfolds.
Blossoms. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
S- What would you say your genre is?
Uh,
Horror, scary movies. I hate scary movies, by the way. No, no, no offense if you write
no,
that. Uh, Comedy. What dramas, rom-coms? What do you like?
I feel like the way I write, it's a drama. It's
Okay.
drama.
All right.
Yeah. Because that's just life. I like to keep it true to life. I don't like to write scary necessarily, but it's funny because I was telling a friend about a certain thing that happened to me, and he's like, "This would be a great thriller," and he's like
Oh my
already trying
God.
to flesh out the skeleton
No.
of this. So I'm gonna see where that goes, but I just lean towards the drama side of things. Yeah.
I get that.
What do you write?
it's kind of embarrassing for me, honestly. Um, I've read a lot of rom-coms, a lot of coming of age stories, comedies. I think I'm funny, but I don't know if I'm that funny, so I just try whatever. But usually it's nothing that's scary. But it's funny that you mentioned that because I had a dream the other night, and usually I get my ideas from dreams.
Hmm.
So I had a dream the other night of a scary movie, and I wrote it down. So I don't know where that's gonna go, but maybe it'll be something new that I write. You know.
Was it a nightmare or was it just an idea for a film?
See, but that's I don't think I get nightmares anymore because I'm not. All right, so I'm not scared of scary movies. It's more of the fact that I just think they're kind of played out. So it's not really scary for me. But maybe it was a nightmare, but I wasn't afraid. I was just like, okay, well, this is kind of boring. And usually I don't get dreams, and when I do get dreams, I write them down. So that's all I'm trying to
Good.
say.
That's good.
What's your inspiration for movies? Is it like you said things you see? What else though?
Things I see, but things I also don't see in the film industry. Like,
Okay.
um, right now, I feel like the climate in the entertainment industry in general is very like politically driven
Of
instead
course.
of storytelling, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm very much aware that like the industry we're in is very um, like